L B. What the hell? So low. L B. L. L. Well,
Hey guys, and welcome to this tutorial on tile sets and tile maps in Godot. Let's get started on getting you that awesome map for your game. In this tutorial, I'll be making use of assets from Godot now. They're free downloadable assets, so you can get them too. I've specifically chosen for the isometric dungeon tiles and the isometric library tiles as they fit together very neatly. You can easily find this by searching for isometric in the search bar. When you click one of these and you press the download button on the right side, that will give you a zip folder that looks a little like this, or exactly like this, in case you're downloading the dungeon folder. In the folder isometric, you'll find all the images that form the tile set or the assets for the tile sets. I've copied over all these assets, all these images, over to my project folder where I created a folder assets and then a folder dungeon set where you can see all the assets are present. Now that you know where to get these images from, these tile sets from, let's go over to Godot to make a real tile set resource, which we'll then use to make a tile map. Do you want to learn how to design and make games, or maybe just learn more about Godot? Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon to make sure you don't miss out on anything. Also, if you're curious about any other projects I do myself, you'll find me on Twitch stream. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday. A link to schedule description videos all in that description box below. Now let's continue. Now when you start Godot, where specific project you'll load your images to, you'll see first you'll get a bar, a progress bar, and then import all those images into Godot. Have a look at the page of the very long, you will tiles there and you can afterwards. First we're going to make a new 2D, and this 2D we're going to open our assets, our dungeon set, and we're going to take all these images. I'm going to drag it in here. Now that will create all these sprites as childs of Node 2D. I'm going to select it, I'm going to go to scene, I'm going to convert to a tile set. That gives me this pop-up, I have to save it as a resource. I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to call this resources. Now I'll call this dungeon.tres, that stands for resource. I'm saving it. Now with that done, we can now go to a new scene, new 2D scene, we can add a child, we can add a tile map, we can create it, and up here on the tile set, we can load the resource in. Now you'll see I have all these images right here, and these images I can drop. However, you can see that the cells, it's not, first of all, it's 4 angles, not isometric, and the cells don't match the size. So when you move here, we can set the square to isometric, that's meaning our tile map or our map isometric. And on the cell, we can set the size of each of these cells of the tile map. So we're going to go for 256 by 128 size, that is the size that fits with the tile set that can make. However, there's many different tile sets you can find over the internet, where you make yourself. Now with this, you can see that we can create different tiles, we put different things together. However, the tile set is very big, and there's a lot of different things in here. In the end, what we want is that even if we have a little bit of a patch, we want to put a wall in there. Now that wall will be ranked over the dirt you're laying out earlier. In other words, if you want to create something like internally environment with walls and candles and maybe crates and barrels of text, then you need to layer tile maps on top of each other. For that purpose, we're going to make a layer tile map. Every different layer can have different assets. Now that's why I want you to have my splits, for example, tile map for floors, tile map for walls, tile map for other stuff like text and barrels. It's also handy to have all the different tiles separated into different tile set resources. So I'm going to do in the background, I'm going to reverse this big tile set. I'm going to split that big tile set into 3, 4, 5 different tile sets separately. I can look up or look up to each of the tile layers we'll make. This video will be reducing the word just to make a tile set. So I'm going to do a camera, you yourself, use drag the right images into Node 2D. So here we have all these ones. So I can all the tiles selecting all the tiles on this. Now I'm going to use that selection. I'm going to do a couple times, and then I'll make you put the easy to use. Okay, there we are. As you can see, we have dungeon tile set that we make ourselves together. And now I create 4 more tile sets. 4 tiles, library tiles, bookcases and stuff like that. Substance really close. Software, just barrels that I play with, and also 4 tiles now. We'll use this dungeon tile and we'll add these tools packages very navigating stuff in there. So we take those 4. Remember, we're going to do no video design. Maybe resource. So here I got no 2D package as well. All I have to do is couple tiles like that. It's in my script. So let's just fix it. I'm going to first copy it. Actually, use couple times. Then I go for we need a layer. This way when we start a new layer, we have to reset cells. So we're going to do it. We got many layers. So the first one 4, so we do 4. Now the tiles resource, now 4. This is going to be 4 pieces outside. I include every single resource so we have that more. So I'm going to these tiles. We place them now. You want to hold them color. Now pull your shift key before you press another. You actually need lines. That means we use straight lines, and especially once you start doing bolting. As we use one single bolt, we got basically a so we get this square here. You want to go everything so on all everything. I'll take tools. You're not going to right here on top. I'm going to see what's our rules. So I'm going to I think you hold it correctly. Making lines. And you can see that I feel one of these. I'll just demonstrate how and you got 2 more. And it's not really 4. It's still very flat. So imagine it. So we put that wall. So for the walls, I'm going to name this 2 walls. And these walls, I'm going to go to the tile set resource. I'm going to go to walls. That's going to go outside for you can go walls. So I'm going to shift to make it easier. So we put here. We go so there. You have to look for the north is outside. So we need someone design. You want one line exactly. If you want to move that way, if you are going to go exactly, you can see the square transform. You can right you move that. So it's just I'm going to a little bit of a sort of little not anything special. Nothing super fancy. As you can see, I'm not going to use all these or use all these. And as you can see, something very easy, nothing fancy. It's not necessarily fancy. You probably have this. I'm not doing here. I'm not doing this or and maybe some arches. So there you walk through. And you see by this time you'll see you get illusion free, not free, just flash illusion free. You make yourself can animation. Now you can see by the walls at the second one. You can switch layers over and drag it. Wall number 1, 1, 4, 1. And the layers are important. Next we're going to put some stuff here. I'm trying to make fancy names in this and we're going to start resources. And we're going to place down. You can't place down. Next slide maybe a couple of you there and we'll have some extra support. And you have support down here. You see when we put this wall, it will draw in front of the wall because the stuff is below the walls and you already know You'll check out these portable. You'll see it behind the wall. But you'll see behind the wall. So I'm going to leave my move that to I'm going to call this stuff behind. And we'll name this to stuff in front. And we'll position it behind between 4 walls and we'll add the resource stuff to it. And now with that, we can draw a couple of square running on the wall there. If you like, or if you want to draw a couple of barrels, this wall is probably covering barrels, creating an illusion of 3D. Now with that, that's what we can do. This floor, let's copy. Please here, just copy this now. Let's take the next. So for the floor, as you can see, I've got different options here. So what you want to do is let's get a couple of vertices. Let's say 4 broken. Let's roll library of find people. We'll do so. So what we do first, we get pieces. I'll leave and so let's go there. And then we find keys with fits on there. I'm just going to like force broken with it. For example, there's a nice patch of broken stuff here. Then we copy over. There's a couple loose tiles. There you go. We're going to copy it over too much different areas. So we're going to change that, make that open, change the lid there. There's a few holes here. Leave that one there. And let's turn it around. Here's a couple of broken ones over there. You just turn it around and maybe look how you want to it. Maybe take this one. Let's take this one here. Now, after that, that's a broken. You can place it on 4 map. You can place it actually different sort of 4 styles. You want to make something that's pretty easily good in a very short amount of time. So with that, that's how we add more advanced assets. How you add more assets in the room. So for the library, let's take next here. You need names to library. And we'll add our top resource library. And now you got a couple of things. So you can place a shell on top of that. It'll look that great next to the wall. The shell just looks very on top of it. So I'm going to use that in the numbers. Now, open it, turn around, you can see that's not very possible. It's going to take a full 4 tile. Because it's impossible to do in the current cell size. We can say it myself. You're going to take 4 to 1 to 2. Now, let's something they come somewhere else as they are. And that's what we're going to change. That's what we're going to do there. And it's already and back there. Half cell size. We can put these back to each other. Do that sort of this sort case. And now we have 2 sort cases next to each other. Now you can use this on. You'll do that. So maybe over a moment at the end of the video, positives and negatives, you'll use this. Put up the make positive stuff. If we're confused as possible, we start on the wall for that. Now we get these items in front of the wall. Behind the wall, behind. You know, that's sorry. If you change stuff in front of the wall and behind the wall, you also change this in that area. You'll change this. You'll change immediately pops our stuff behind the wall. However, change the entire wall in that section. You're not broken. The outside of the room. First, the front still being on behind. You know, you are a little more. Now, of course, it's in front of you. So let's get now. Here's only got 2 layers and now we're going to use that one. Now we have to be wrong. Long for sure, I want you to not touch that index in the channel. It's totally possible. Laying systems, laying positions, laying in the right order to get that one. In a very small amount of systems, but switch starting as next. Just create use next. Before you create all my systems, the next one breaks out. Next 3, 4, 5, 6. Before you go to the next thing, you can add a layer. I have no idea what that is here. And probably bring something somewhere around that. So my advice is to use laying systems to reposition these items. So my advice is that also simply that next one. So front and next one. You can see how I was saying. So you use laying and no loading work. So take away that. Now the process comes this. Well, those are very easy, very quick. You can very easy. Quick stuff is fast. It doesn't like when you want to implement this in action. You kind of that's how you're going to problem. Reason that once you got projectile arrows, ice firewalls, flying always. And you're firewall. Exactly here. Having to be drawn firewall in front of the outside. Behind me is where the whole base. Behind the base. And then you got something like this. You know, firewall. Draw in front of the base. And that's why hard to do. These are assets. These are part of assets. So what you do, you have to around that. You have all these points as assets. We don't call them layers. And we'll do one sort. And then go left and go right. And that's probably an example of how you do that. And these are never question. That's the example. It's not like this one. Don't get the line. Next.
Like this. Don't get that.
Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial on Mango-Reen. Let's start getting awesome 3D. In this tutorial, I'm going to use assets from Canada. They're free downloadable assets, so you can do. I'm just going to use assets from Canada. You need to find stuff you can find using and that will use it for. That's what it is. In the folder, you'll find all the images that form the concept for the assets. I come over all these assets, all the images, open the folder, I create all assets, and then you can see all the assets. Now you know, get these from these files, let's go to the asset resource. We'll then use next time. Do you want to design maybe? Or you just want to try to channel and get it live. Make sure you design it. Also, here's how you design it yourself. You find your first image, link to the old assets, look nicely. Now you start Godot. So say first you load your images. You'll see first you have our profile and then import all those images you got. How do you get the one you will have there in First we're going to make a new 3D. In this 3D, we're open our assets, our dungeon set. And I'm going to take all these images. I'm going to drag them in here. Now that will create all these sprites as childs of Node 2D. Now with Node 2D selected, I'm going to go to Scene, and I'm going to go to Convert, and convert to a tileset. That gives me this pop-up, and I have to save it as a resource. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call this Resources, and I'll call this dungeon.tres, that stands for resource. I'll be saving it. Now with that done, we can now go to a new scene, new 2D scene, we can add a child, we can add a tile map, we can create it, and up here on the tileset, we can load that resource in. Now you'll see that I have all these images right here, and these images I can draw. However, you can see that the cells, it's not, first of all, it's 4 triangle, it's not isometric, and the cells don't match the size. So on the mode here, we can set square isometric, that's making our tile map or our map isometric. And on the cell, we can set the size of each of these cells with the tile map. So we're going to go for 256 by 128 size, that is the size that fits with the tile set that can make. However, it's going to be different for different tile sets. You can find over the internet, or you might be making yourself. Now, with this, you can see that we can create different tiles, we can put different things together. However, the tile set is very big, and there's a lot of different things in here. And in the end, what we want is that even if we have a little bit of a patch, we want to put a wall on there. Now, that wall will be ranked over the dirt you're laying out earlier. In other words, if you want to create something like internally find with walls and handles and we create some barrels and text, then you need to lay tiles on top of each other. And for that purpose, we're going to make a layer tile map, and every different layer can have different assets. Now, that's why I want you to have splits, for example, tile map for floors, tile map for walls, tile map for other stuff, like casting barrels. It's also handy to have all the different tiles separated into different tile set resources. So what I'm going to do in the background is I'm going to revert this big tile set. I'm going to split that big tile set into 3, 4, 5 different tile sets separately that I can look up or hook up to each of the tile layers that we make. And this is basically reproducing the work we just did with making a tile set. So I'm going to do it on camera, you know, yourself. You just drag the right images into the node 2D. So here we have all these lines. Instead of adding all of them, I'll be selecting the ones that I want to add from this list. And I'll make a resource out of that specific selection. I'm doing it a couple of times, and then I'm going to revert this big tile set, and I'm going to split that big tile set into 3, 4, maybe 5 different tile sets separately that I can look up or hook up to each of the tile map layers that we'll be making. And this is basically just reproducing the work we just did with making a tile set. So I'm not going to do it on camera. You can do it perfectly yourself. You just drag the right images into the node 2D. So here when we have all these points, instead of adding all of them, I'll be selecting the ones that I want to add from this list, and then I'll make a resource out of that specific selection. I'm doing it a couple of times, and then I'll be back with you with the end result that you can easily reproduce yourself. Okay, there we are again. As you can see, we got the dungeon tile set that we made ourselves together, and now I've created your images to, you'll see that first you'll get a bar, a progress bar, that's going to import all those images into Godot. Have a little bit of patience, get a cup of coffee, it takes very long, if you put a lot of tiles there and continue afterwards. First, we're going to be making a new 2D scene, and in this 2D scene, we're going to open our assets, our dungeon set. I'm going to take all these images, I'm going to drag them in here. Now that will create all these sprites as childs of node 2D. Now with node 2D selected, I'm going to go to scene, and I'm going to convert and convert to a tile set. That gives me this pop-up.
D.
I have to save it as a resource. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call this resources. Now I'll call this dungeon.tres. That stands for resource. I'll be saving it. Now with that done, we can now go to a new scene, new 2D scene. We can add a child, we can add a tile map, we can create it, and up here on the tile set, we can load that resource in. Now you'll see that I'll have all these images right here. It as a resource. I'm going to now that will create all these sprites as childs of node 2D. Now with node 2D selected, I'm going to go to scene, I'm going to go to convert and convert. To be selected, I'm going to go to scene, I'm going to go to convert and convert to.
What the? This. Oh.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of how to create an RPG game in Godot. Right, so there's a ton of new changes, like a ton of new changes. I'm gonna go over all, in a minute though. So these 3 sprite sheets from that tile set, so we can, so you can follow along with it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game for Scrapping. The movie Godot 4.x or Godot 3, one of the casualties, I would say, was time-lapse support. While time mapping was honestly a bit better, that was improved from Godot 4 to 4.3. But what major thing happened to Godot 4.3 was currently available in beta is time-lapse are now dead. As I'm going to explain to you as we create this new process, let's create a new project. Exactly what I'm talking about. But because we refactor how things work, there is a new object. Here, everything in the system is locked, so I'm going to say but before you're using time-lapse, you have to use something like that. We're using time. This use time. I'm going to go this order. I'm just running some of these tasks. This is generally a reflection of the solution to the process. It's right up to the do that. So what's right here? We're going to take that into the game. So everything so I'm going to project. So one finder, I'm going to redirect your files like this. And I'm going to follow what you're creating time. I'm going to start like mental a lot of things. I didn't get those things. You're just going to child with obviously it's not. My dad is right.